Welcome back to the Simulation Show, and this time we are talking to all the NPCs in here in order to move the story a little forward. So, first of all, we go with Eramir.
Ah, yes. You do seem to have a penchant for presenting yourself when times are at their most perplexing. It would seem that our Almighty has forsaken us. False deities from ages past now rise and ravage, while our blessed innocence remains as silent as the stones at my feet. So much for Templar propaganda, eh? Well, I suppose if we are to fend for ourselves, then I should answer your troubling arrival with our own most pressing tribulation. The relic that washed ashore and started all the chaos. It was covered in ancient Vaal inscriptions. The symbols were much weathered, making them challenging to translate. Yet I did my best. The inscriptions spoke of the god Ralakesh. If this object somehow housed the spirit of that many-faced monstrosity, then I fear we are all in danger. Ralakesh was renowned for his penchant for subjugation and control. Please, I urge you to destroy this god before his strength and dominance grow insurmountable. Nip this divine threat in the bud, as it were. Our poor friend, Grust, has likely become Ralakesh's avatar in this world. At least his recent behavior would indicate as much. If you could see to Grust's passing, Ralakesh will be forced to retreat into the relic. Destroy the relic, and perhaps you will also destroy the god.
Alright. Oh, okay. Now, tell me more about this Ralakesh.
Yes, Ralakesh, the god of many faces. I read about this god when I looked after the museum in Theopolis. It said he was obsessed with governance, in particular the control of humanity through our base animal instincts. He ruled over the citizens of one unfortunate Vaal city. Alas, the name escapes me. Yet I do recall that his experiments brought his subjects to the brink of extinction, and that he was forced to enslave many a primitive Asmerian of the time so as to repopulate his domain. Though I shudder at the thought, I can only imagine that Ralakesh has rather similar plans now.
Alright, and Silk. Oh, still alive. It started with a few mumblings in his slumber, then long forays the wilds, searching for relics of a distinctly arachnid nature. I thought it a natural extension of Silk's eccentric persona at first. Then came the sleepless nights studying those relics, the fevered recitations in broken Vaalish, the strange 8-phase rituals. Then one night Silk gathered his collection and scuttled off into the darkness. Without a word, Silk has always been susceptible to fine fictions. Perhaps he was finally shunned reality altogether. Has, not was. Anyway, so Waylon.
A fascinating case that flies in the face of all that is natural. Waylon is undead for sure. Something we have in spades in Rayclust. But a sentient, reasonable ghost? Now that is rare indeed. When we talk, I feel as if I'm staring into the breach, witnessing that which man was not meant to know. I have theorized about what animates the pirate's essence, how he manages to manifest on this earth once again. I think I shall compile my observations and speculations into a book. Yes, Eramir's Elucidations of Undeath. Has a nice ring to it, don't you think?
But what? Huh. What if Waylon is not actually dead at all? He just is not going to die. But it's something totally different. Because we don't, at least I don't know if he died already or not. Maybe he's just invulnerable. Maybe he is some form of an avatar of whatever goddess walking this earth. Okay, so Yina.
You arrive. The Great Spirit spoke in my dreams, told me that darkness would again drown our lands. And you, Exile, would walk before the flood. But what is this? You are not alone. A shade, a memory, older even than... No, older than spirit? Fear grips my throat. I shake, but the spirit drapes a warming cloak upon my shoulders. This ancient ghost that follows you, it has the trust of the spirit. And if the spirit trusts, then I trust.
Okay, so there's a ghost spirit. Isn't it the same thing? Anyway, the forest encampment.
My heart weeps for our old home. But what the spirit gives, we must embrace. The spirit, it claims who it needs to, when it needs to. There is no sense in sadness.
Okay, now tell me more about Silk.
I watched Silk for many days, scurrying to this old Val stone, scurrying to that old Val ruin, always muttering. He talked and talked and talked, yet I heard no one answer. The spirit warned that I should stay away from him. It pained me. Silk is my friend, yet I must listen to spirit. I go from Silk's side, and now he is gone from mine. I do not know where Silk go, but I see him in dreams. He is caught in great spiderweb that stretch into darkness. And that spiderweb, it is full of bones. More bones from more people than I ever see in my life. If you find Silk, please, free him from the web. Don't let him become bones like the rest.
Okay. But what happened to Rayclass?
Rayclass has changed. Once, I knew my place in this world. I knew my place within the spirit. Now, doorways have opened. Doorways I can neither see nor touch, but through which the spiritless ones pass all the same. The spiritless ones must be driven back. Their doors must be closed. May the Great Spirit guide you in your battles against these ancients that mean us nothing but ill.
Okay. And what about the undead pirate?
I belong to no one but the spirit. I have no need for the sweet words and caresses of a ghost. Whalem, he makes me laugh, and he hears the voice of the spirit. Not in the same way I do. His spirit speaks of the great waters beyond this land. He pays heed to the spirit, and the spirit loves him for it. I do not. It is better to speak to the dead than no one at all. Whalem knows the spirit, but he will not know me.
Interesting. Alright, now, Helena. She still has her destroyed clothing on. Strange.
Turn your back for the barest moment and Rayclass bites you in the proverbial. I imagine that's how you're feeling upon visiting us this time. It's how I feel about now. I'm afraid that the Inquisitor's spirit has indeed returned to the Chamber of Sins. Yet while you won't encounter Meligaro by wandering his halls, I do perhaps know how you can find him. Whilst investigating the Fell Shrine, I learned of the existence of a map, forged by Meligaro from his own viscera. This map allowed him to transfer his spirit into another form of existence, an existential safe house to which he could retreat should death ever attempt to take him. Understanding the map's purpose, Vol tried to destroy it, to no avail. So he locked it away deep within the ruins of Frisia Cathedral. Find that map and place it upon the Reverie device in Meligaro's old laboratory. And when you step over that threshold, expect the very worst.
Ah, now we're finally getting introduced into the late game map system. Alright, now tell me more about the Whalem.
Don't get me wrong, I've witnessed many unsettling things in my lifetime, but a spectral corsair living next door to me? We reside in dark times indeed, when the living need share their quarters with the dead.
Okay.
I didn't think it possible for Silk to grow any more peculiar, but then I've been wrong about so many things since coming to Rayclass that I shouldn't have been at all surprised. Still, it's interesting that his behavior of late has mirrored that of certain Templar zealots I had the dubious pleasure of meeting back in Theopolis. Like them, Silk appeared obsessed with finding answers to this reality in some ethereal realm of divinity. For my part, I prefer to keep faith in this world. The answers that come from beyond are seldom the ones we want.
Okay. And where did Groost go?
My poor Groost. A kind man. A strong man. And now... I begged him not to meddle with that relic. It washed ashore after the earthquake, and Groost simply had to know whether it was a danger to us. To me. The unholy thing within that device. It possessed Groost, turned him into a monstrosity. We fled the village, and as I turned back, I saw he was killing them. The stragglers, killing them all, even the children. My Groost is dead. That thing that has stolen his body. Please, destroy it.
Okay, and what about trading?
I'm aware that you and Groost had something of a commercial relationship prior to his accident. As is the Asmeri custom, Groost's few possessions have now passed to me. I'm by no means the warrior he was, yet I know my blades and bows well enough. At least it's something I can do to honor his memory, and to keep my mind off things.
Alright,
Farewell.
so... Good, let's quickly talk to Tora, Mistress of
Ready for the hunt?
Woo! First of all, tell me more about Varese.
Varici thinks himself above and beyond the natural order. One of these days, I'm going to remind him that he's not.
What about Vagan, Weapon Master?
The way he moves, the way he gets all sweaty and glowy when he fights. I'd not complain with Vagan to find his way into my den.
Dead or alive, in the crypt or the hut, inspiration must reside. The dead have spoken to me of a suitable resting place, somewhere in which to conceal and nurture our art until it is ready. The place is ours for the taking, should we only wish it.
Yeah, depends. But first of all, more about Varese.
Mortality is Varici's business. I keep a close eye on that assassin's doings, for he produces only the finest corpses.
Interesting. The ones not being too damaged, so Vagan.
Vagan has honed his physique to perfection, but one of these days his mouth is going to get the rest of his lovely body killed. I look forward to that day.
Because I will take huge part in it. So, Flame Dash with Ice Nova. Have I ever seen these spells? I don't know. Anyway, what about her? Maybe she has some nice gems too, doesn't? But wait, she's level 2, she's level 3, so maybe the gems will be accessible at level 3 as well.
Greetings.
So, how are our purchase? Nothing. Alright, and again, I was looking into the, into some recipes and how to get Orb of Chances and stuff. There are ways of doing this. There's only a little problem here. You need certain item levels for certain recipes, like Chances, Regal Orbs, and what was the other one? The other gold Chaos Orb, I think. Was it Chaos? Anyway, there were 3 different recipes, like one from 1 to 59 item level, one to from 60 to 74, and one from 75 to 100. And if you combine these 3 rare items, or like multiple rare items together like that, then you get, depending on what items you combine together, you get the orbs or other things out of it. It's a bit of an iffy thing because this one, for example, is 52. This one is okay, 52 there in the same level range though, but still, you need a whole set, which means that, except for the potion, of course. It is a bit iffy, but alright. So yeah, want to sell things here. Let's do this. To be honest, that would have been a very nice addition to... We can't even switch that. Interesting. Anyway, it would have been a nice addition, but I'm not gonna do that. No, let's see. She has no gems available, not yet. And yeah, this one goes over there, there, and there. Huh. What are we gonna do with the bow? The bow is a weapon with 17. Let's put this over here. That's the thing. Should I... or should I not? Nah, I could just sell it. So, what I need to do is, first of all, kind of half this maybe. This one goes in there again.
Hello.
So, if I sell it, I just get 5 transportation shards. Which is actually pretty good. 5 transportation shards would transform into 1 scroll of wisdom, which I got right now. Now I'm gonna sell it. And I get 10 out of it, which is double the amount. So, okay, think about it for a moment. I used the scroll of wisdom. I got 10 in return. But I paid 5 shards, or parts of a scroll of wisdom. So I paid 5, I got 10. So the net gain is 5. I would have been able to sell it normally. The net gain would have been 5 instead of 10. Very interesting. The net gain is the same. This is, oh god, this is so strange. Alright, Aramir. Okay, it's just something about the quest, and of course, Sin and Whalem. I kind of skipped these two at the start. So, now tell me more about the origins of the gods.
There was a time before the beast, bathed in the shadows of lost memory, when men and women like you could ascend. Through rareness of quality and the adoration of their people, these few could reach out into the quickening mists of immortality and grasp the power of godhood. Mind you, transcendence is never easy. Like the pains of childbirth, it reeks of agony, tragedy, and sacrifice. The sacrifice most often being of one's humanity. That is simply the way of it. Those of us who seek the immortal throne live long enough to see ourselves become truly monstrous.
And Ralakesh?
Let us go hunting. This time amongst the ruins of an encampment most familiar to you, once inhabited by your friends, the Asmeri. Ralakesh. He's ruthless and cruel with cunning unfathomable, yet he bears one defining weakness, a fear he forged into chains of his own keeping. His is the terror of grasping too much, and having it all slip through his fingers. It makes him irrational, and therefore vulnerable.
Oh, the Master of a Million Faces. Don't we know the... Wait. What was the one called? The Many-Faced God, right?
Ralakesh, the illustrious Master of a Million Faces. I call him the god of hide-and-seek, while other deities waged wars, spread their seed, and laid waste to whole empires. Ralakesh perched on his throne in a dark palace of ebony, choked with incense, blinded by obedience, and deafened by a senseless cacophony of brass gongs. Thankfully, he never had the courage to peek over the high walls he built, else the world might have been in trouble.
Alright.
Who there?
Ooh, let the dogs out. Okay, Malvayo.
It's a bit of an embarrassing affair, truth be told. Thought I could return to the golden days, you know. Be a terror of the high seas like in me youth. Problem was, they'd all forgotten me. Those young blighters sailing about, they had no clue who I even were. Figured if I could complete another great feat, like slaying that sea bitch Mervale, maybe that'd earn me my respect back. Suppose I don't need to tell you. That girl is stronger than she looks. All it took were one slip of the old hands, and next I knew, the Black Crest wrecked against the coast, and I'm getting myself eaten alive by that hag. Peeled each separate muscle from my bones, she did. I tell you, it weren't pretty.
Whoa. Okay, and how did he get these muscles back? Alright, now Lily.
I know Lily be missing me something great, and it cuts me deep not to go visit the lass. Thing is, I reckon she should remember me as I was, not wretch at the sight of the spectre I be now. Let the legend live on in her mind, I say.
Okay, what about Yina? She seemed to know you.
Ina's a pretty young thing, ain't she? Bosoms to eclipse the sun she has. Might be that I spent some time here. Get to know the lass a tad more. Never mind that she's young and alive and I be... old and dead. Once she hears me poetry, that is. Not a girlie alive who won't want for a bit of the old rot tooth once he breaks out the, tongue twisters and word plays. Not that she'd likely hold much interest in an old ghost like me. Still, a man can dream, even a dead one.
That dude is awesome. Alright, no, Helena.
That lassie. Pretty on the eyes, I reckon. But she's got her knickers pulled up far too high. Bit uptight, if you ask me.
And Deramir?
Deramir? Oh, he's a tad dull. Tends to ramble on a bit. Still, he's a few interesting stories of his own. So might be worth chewing the fat with from time to time.
What is the Pondium?
Think of the worst place ye can imagine. That's Pondium. Now think of the gods be damned best whorehouse you've ever had the pleasure of. That's Pondium. A pirate paradise full of bodies to stab, holes to fill, and devious liquor to imbibe. Brine rots control the whole island and make sure it lives up to the lowest of expectations. Can't imagine much has changed since I was there last. Still, it's a good place to swashbuckle and make love to a bawdy, buxom bunter out back of a boozy bar.
They and their rhymes. What was... there's a name for it when you start every word with the same letter. Damn it. Well, anyway, that's a method. So, the Brine Rod clan.
Them Brine Rods be a nasty bunch. Led by me very own flesh and blood, me baby sister Lucy. The Rot Mother, they call her now. Used to be that I were their leader, back when the Brine Rots were about one thing, and one thing only, raiding, pillaging, and plundering their scrawny black guts out. Old Lucy were me first mate, for years. But she got a whiff of the power that being captain could gain her, and mutineered me own sister. Dropped me on some deserted island off the coast of somewhere. The bitch. Took months to make it back to the mainland. That Brine Rod clan's been trouble ever since. Used to have some good old-fashioned pirate on 'em, and now they're raving mad lunatics out for their next fix of fear and fortune.
But here he still lives. Isn't that awesome?
Now, speaking of
Okay, that was just a quest thingy. But I already talked to him, so everything's okay. Wait, I do have some coins, right? No.
Return when you...
No coins at all. So, oh wait, there's the stash. There are not that many characters right here at the moment. Most of them seem to be in other acts. Maybe this is a very small one. Who knows? So we're going south. This one tells me I'm going northwest, which has nothing to do with the map. This actually has to be rotated around a bit. Bridge, broken bridge. Huh, where are we? On this side or on that side? Very iffy. Alright, how much more for next level up? Because I want to... Need some more health. Need some more dexterity though. I think this is the next one to go. It's right there in the corner. I like that accent. That is this neat. Alright. Can't instant kill them. Stop it a bit. There we go. What are these things? Undead bears or what? Looks like it. What is that? 10%. But anyway, I made it so that I only need to collect 13 and up. Actually higher than 13, 14 right now. Because I don't want to carry 4 items to just combine them into one, whatever, armor bonus. Like this one. So. I have to go back at some point. Is there? No, there's no waypoint. Come on. Ah, shit. Problem is they die, but the attack happens so late. Alright, move. Oh, that one was special. Okay, got it. This one is ivory bird. This one. What? Oh, okay, gem. I just hear cling, and I always think there might be some, some jewels on the ground, but no. Yeah, but right now the UI is a bit too bright. Can go down a bit. All right. Thing is, I need to make it so that it's bright enough on bright background and dark enough on dark background, otherwise you can't see it any other way. Or it gets in the way at some point. Either you can't see it or you see too much of it. And in between mix might not even be feasible here. Why are the trees so huge? Come on. In, anyway. Okay, doesn't take much longer, and I think I got this guy down. There we go. And also, I think of changing up my potions a little bit, because dying against bosses is not so cool. And the speed potion, it might be useful from time to time, but it's not as good all of the time. What I could do though is exchange the potions when I go, before a boss fight. Just use the portal, go back, get the potions that I need, and then go back to the standard loadout. Let's call it that way. Standard loadout being more focused on speed potions that I, for some reason, don't even use that much.
My mana is spent.
Yeah. Special items, enemies, nope. Oh, nice one. Oh yeah, all the chances. I do find them a little more often than I would have. Ah, that was the... looks like an old waypoint. So, what do we have here? Nothing. Some chests. Ooh, nice. Chaos Golem, look at that. That one is new, definitely. What does it do? Summons a Chaos Golem that grants you physical damage reduction. The Chaos Golem does something. Can use a damage over time Chaos Aura and a cascade of Chaos Spikes in addition to its melee attack. Can summon up to 1 golem at a time, 30% increased minion maximum life, and golems grant 3% additional physical damage reduction. 3%. That's a lot. But if I max this, maybe the bonus will also improve. My hopes at least. So, what is this? Is this the soup guy? No, this looks like an item in a chest. Yeah, dirty lockbox. First of all, they were up there, down there. Like, why do they switch places? Bloody gems. Right. Last time I fought them, they were, yeah, unable to die. Had to find the master. That is actually a nice perk. Could you have this on a gem, on a support gem, that buffs minions? That would be sweet. Uh-oh. Okay, always stay a little away from them. Just attack bit. Ooh, point blank. Chaos Orb Alteration. Oh, so many nice things. Wait a minute. I have to use the Alteration Orb in order to get one of these achievements. I just need a few more, and then I get the blue eyes. They look cool. And I also have to say that the fact that you can actually unlock these bonuses instead of just buying them is really nice. So yeah, use a currency item, and the one that I have to use right now is the Augmentation Orb. Augmentation Orb, this one? No, Alteration, must be Augmentation. Transmutation. Really? Chaos Orb. I thought I found like an Orb of Augmentation here, but okay, Transmutation, Alteration. I need Transmutation, Binding Shard. I need an Augmentation. Okay, so a little bit confused. So much stuff there. Alright, let's get in here. Ooh, look at that. Wait, what happened to my minion? Now it's back again. Dirty lockbox. We got the silver locket, which is finally to Whalem. What was it he needed that locket all for? We found the silver locket delivered to... thank you. No in-depth info there. He said something about it. I just, at that point my brain was AFK. That's okay. Pirates. There's always something about their booty. Right there. Oh, not a biggie. Okay. I have to check how many normal enemies I need to get rid of. This is the last part of the level up. Skeletons. Okay. Masters of easy to kill enemies seem to be better than one extremely easy to kill one. Extremely difficult to kill one. The other one. Other way around. Difficult enemies also, yeah, need time in order to be defeated. This amount of time you could have killed an exponential amount of these other minions here. For example, how much is that? Okay. I'm just standing here, healing myself. Come on. Oh, that one was also special. Interesting. Uh-oh. Have to be careful to not take that much damage. And done. Not even the first... first part of the... Damn it. What could you call them? It's part section. Let's call them section. The first section of the experience bar. Not even completed. Alright. This is a Quiller 6. Not enough there. Let's quickly go back. But at least I got another level up. Interesting. I go back and I come... Like, I went to an area and went back again and suddenly, bam, everybody's here. So, like a summoning spell. Anyway, Hina. This one is a chromatic orb. That one is because of these thingies. That's some nice hat piece. This is another chromatic orb. This is again. This is another chromatic. Okay, I think we got it. And this is again for the orb of chance. But okay, let's just look at this for a moment. Orb of chance. What do I need for an orb of chance? I need an orb of fusion. Okay. Orb of fusion. Orb of fusion. Again, what was it? Orb of fusion is this one. Needs 4 jeweler's orbs, and 4 jeweler's orbs need 2 orbs of alteration. 2 orbs of alteration need... what's an alteration shard? There we go. So... Okay, 4 jeweler's orbs. 4 times... wait a second. Okay. 1 orb of fusion. 1 orb of fusion. So for this, I need 4 jeweler's orbs. In order to get this, 4 jeweler's orbs. 4 jeweler's orbs, 4 times 8 orbs of alteration. 8 orbs of alteration mean I need 8 times 20 alteration shards. No. 8 times... Where's the alteration? There we go. 8 times 20. 160 alteration shards. 60 alteration... Is it really? Okay. 4 jeweler's orbs. 4 times 2. Me and 2 orbs of alteration. In order... Yeah, 4 times 2 makes 8 orbs of alteration. 8 orbs of alteration need 20 each. 8 times 20, 160. So 160 alteration shards. Alright, there's another way of getting an orb of chance. Or like, wait, okay, how much do I actually get from that? Because there's a recipe for it. So, chance... Come on, I'm not looking for that. Orb of chance, there we go. Orb of fusion. I'm not here for the exchange rate. I'm looking for... Okay, there we go, orb of chance. So multiple rare items. So these recipes require multiple items, mostly rare. So 2 identified rare items with the same name. Okay. So this is 1 orb of chance, which is a very easy to do one. And then there is a normal magic rare and unique way of doing this. And then there are the full set ones. So... Okay, I get 1 orb if it's just 1 to 59 lowest level. Okay. They could also be identified, but if they are unidentified or have 20% quality each, then they get 2 orbs of chance. Okay, but if they all have a 20% quality, which is probably not gonna happen, I get 3. So I would have gotten 2 orbs of chance for everything unidentified. And on the other hand, how much do I get from an identification process here? Everything identified. That's the thing. Like, what would be better? Like, just changing this around. And collecting as many orbs of alterations as possible, or exchanging this in a rare setup. But alright, I think I am losing my portal right now. Am I?
Hello.
To be quick here. Let's just yeah, let's just go on. So this is an 8. Okay, I got 1 orb of alteration already. Interesting. And this one can, I think, also be sold, right? So, almost a second alteration orb. Sweet. No, I don't want to sell this. I want to keep that in the stash. Stash. Let's just keep everything in the stash real quick. And just quickly go back again. Because this is the thing. Either just collect shitty items, or like shitty-ish items, and transform them into the Orb of Chance the other way around, without the recipe, but just by pure trading with the traders and stuff. That might be helpful. Alright, finally. Nice. So yeah, now that we are here, we don't lose connection with this area. That's good. Orb of Chance. The thing is, there's also a way to get... Yeah, you get 2 Orbs of Chance. 2 Orbs of Chance with all of this. Okay, I need to open something real quick, just to... So, the editor. 2 Orbs of Chance. 2 Chance 4. Either a 2-handed weapon, or 2 1-1s. Or 2 1-1s. Then we need 2 rings. Ring. And 1 amulet. Then we got helmet and body armor. Then we have boots and belt. Helmet, body, boots, belt, hands. And I think that's pretty much it, right? There's not much more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, either 9 or 10 with 2 one-handed items there. Alright, so that's that. Then let's just get the numbers there. So, what do you get from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Because they are rare, let's call them 5. They might be with a value of 6 or 5 each, so let's just go for 6 at this time. So this is a 30 shards, and then we have yeah, let's just go and give everything a medium of 6. So we have, instead of 60. Yeah, and let's just say I would get a medium of 60 alteration shards. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but let's say it evens out at 60 alteration shards for a whole set that I would just sell of rare items. And with set, I just mean one of each kind. So yeah, one-handed weapon and a shield, 2 one-handed weapons or 2 shields. Okay, that also counts in. Yeah, 2 rings, gloves, helmet, belt. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because of the second ring. Okay. So, yeah, and 60 alteration shards can be turned into, because you need 20 each, they can be turned into, come on, divided by 2, 3 Orbs of Chances. Okay. So the recipe itself is, let's say, more difficult to produce because it's a little bit more complicated. You need different things. But the brute force method is like half of it. And also the recipe, if everything is unidentified, will reward you with a little more than that. Okay, so always go for the recipe then. So one has to account for that too.
To damnation with you.
So yeah, that with that recipe stuff and everything, that means I could just and then we would also get some legal orbs and things. But that means in general that I have to collect the weapons before selling them in the stash. That means filling the stash with things that I might not even use at the moment, so I need a a stash just for... Oh, crap, that was a bit too much damage there. I was hoping for the flask to help me in this case, but no. On the other hand, the damage that I did was also not enough. So then, where were they? Kind of over there, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. Why do I suddenly take so much damage? So... the alteration shard method. Kind of sad that the recipe is the better version. Because that means collecting and filling up. Well, okay, it might be good for the player because it's the more effective version of it. On the other hand, it's also good for the company because you need space to